Okay, this is the first part of your probability of multiple events notes. All right. Now what we're doing is actually find the probability of event A and B occurring, and we're also finding the probability of event A or B occurring. So we're going to get two formulas, one's with and, one's with or. All right, this on your own was to show you the difference between and or. All right, what you should be figuring out with and or is that with the or, there's more chances of you getting a point. All right, so the person with the more points is probably the or person. So this is the or person. So that is you, because that's when you score a point. So this is the and person. They're not going to score as many points because they don't have many opportunities. So that's your friend. All right, and that's what you were supposed to do with this on your own exercise. All right. To find the probability of two events occurring together, you must decide whether one event occurring affects the other event. All right, when one event affects, all right, so if it affects the outcome of the second event, then they are said to be dependent. One depends on the other. All right, so those would be dependent events. When one event does not affect the outcome of the second event, then they are said to be independent. All right. Example 1, we're going to class these as dependent or independent. If you roll a die, which is one dice, or you spin it and then you spin a spinner. Well, rolling the die doesn't affect the outcome of this, so these two are independent. All right. Pick a card from a deck and then pick another card. All right. So if you pick a card from the deck and you put it back in the deck, in other words, you replace it, then if you replace the card, then they are independent. If you do not replace, all right, so if you don't put it back in the deck, then it's going to affect the outcome. So then it's going to be dependent. All right, so that one depends on whether you put the card back in or not, whether it's independent or dependent. And again, when I ask you these questions on a quiz or test, you need to explain that. All right. All right. The U try, you can go ahead and do the U try. It should be pretty easy, especially after that last explanation. All right. The probability of A and B. All right, so this is A and B. So this is the one with the and. All right, so if A and B are independent events, now again, they have to be independent events, then the probability of A and B occurring is equal to the probability of A times the probability of B. Okay? So it's the probability of A times the probability of B. All right, so example 2. Find the probability of independent events. At the picnic, there are 10 regular sodas and 5 diet sodas in a cooler. There's also a bag containing 8 fat-free chips and 12 bags of regular chips. All right, if you reach into the cooler and grab a soda and then reach into the bag and grab some chips, what's the probability that you get a regular soda and a regular bag of chips? Well, first, I want you to see that they are independent, because you reaching into the cooler doesn't affect the outcome of you reaching into the bag. All right, so that's why they're independent events. So we are looking for the probability that you get a regular soda and a regular chip, regular chips. All right, so our formula says that it's the probability of A, so it's the probability you get a regular soda times the probability of B, which is you get a regular chips. All right, so now what's the probability you get a regular soda? Well, there's 10 regular sodas in there out of the total, which is 15. So the probability you get a regular soda is 10 out of 15. All right, times the probability you get regular chips. All right, and the bag, there are 12 bags of regular chips, so it's 12 out of the total, which is 12 plus 8, which is 20. Now, easiest way to do this is to reduce this first. 10 and 15 reduces to 1 over 3. 12 over 20 reduces to 3 out of 5. All right, because they're both divisible by 4. And now we just multiply. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. And this reduces to 1 out of 5, which is a 20% chance. All right. Again, you can give me your answer as a reduced fraction or as a percent. I'll take either one. All right. And then you got a U try. And that's where I'm going to stop the notes for today. And what I want you to do is the classwork worksheet. You're just going to do these first 4 problems. All right. That's all you have to do today. All right. Is the 2 U tries and then those 4 problems.